Right, it's Friday night, and hopefully my audio's working again. We'll see about that. Is the audio working, Neil?
It's not through yet. We're still looking at the airport.
Oh, right, okay. Is the audio coming through?
Nope. We're looking at the airport.
Okay.
Yes, here we go.
Right. There's a massive delay. When we start streaming, there's like a huge delay between this audio and that feed, which is rather weird. Anyway, don't worry about that. Anyway, good news. Ben's not dead. We don't think. He's lost in a mountain in where is he, Neil?
I don't know. He just went away.
He's in the Lake District somewhere. Green things. Yeah, and he's off of a mountain doing mountainous stuff. And yes, he does have his rack node. And yes, he does have the Heltec capsule. I did remember to actually give it him, surprisingly. And so he won't be joining us tonight, but he's going to do some film footage and stuff like that, as long as he doesn't get rained on or drowned or anything terrible like that while he's up there. I mean, at least he's away from the riots. Too soon? So he's up there, he won't be joining us tonight. It's just me and Neil. And, yeah. And also, Neil's not dead. He'll be happy to hear. I think that people... I'm going to switch over just so you can watch Neil's face while I say this. Hang on.
Oh. This is bad news. I don't know.
It's not bad news, but
what have you spent? What have you broken?
I haven't spent anything, and I haven't broke anything. To be fair, I haven't actually done any of those things. But you know, some stuff from the store this week obviously didn't go out on time because Neil came up with some excuse about blood coming out of orifices that shouldn't do, and a couple of people, like I sort of said, like my package is late for delivery. I did do the blog. If you read the Empower 24/7 blog. I did put it on there. It was slightly dramatised for television, obviously, with a picture of an ambulance. And it was all a bit like Casualty from the 90s, if you're that old enough to remember. But I did get a couple of people going, yeah, right. He didn't really cough up blood. Have you got your medication with you, Neil? Oh, no, of course you haven't.
No, I can go and get it if you want.
No, I'd rather not. But a few people did think it was kind of a bit of a bullshit bingo, which it wasn't, and we did miss a couple of days while Neil had stuff done to him. He was probed.
Yeah, I do have.
What have you got? Got something? This isn't your internet history again, is it? Because last time we got a warning off YouTube terms of service for this sort of shizzle, to be fair. So, yeah.
I bet you can't even see that, can you?
No, it's just a big white page of white. What is that?
NHS, what? That's my booking.
Oh.
Where they rushed me and said, go.
Yeah,
go now.
So he produced some blood from his lungs, and he's never smoked a day in his life. I mean, it just shows you smoke cigarettes, be healthy, drink alcohol,
yeah.
And that's the future.
What you're taking away. That's what you're taking away from
that's what I learned from it. I mean, I've never been to hospital spewing blood out of my oxygen system, not yet. So yeah, we were a little bit late this week with stuff going out the door here and there, but we've caught up.
Oh yeah, bang up today, absolutely everything.
We've caught up that much, Neil. You know that last package that I and this is Neil's now taken over the order process right from the store because apparently there was a couple of people who have said that my level of incompetentness is quite high. So the store ordering process system now, Neil has full access to it, and if it comes in and he clicks his button, does fulfilled and all that. Because I'm not gonna lie, the way we were doing it before was a little amateurish. Usually me at 2 a.m. in the morning going, oh crap, there's another order, and copying and pasting this, emailing it all to Neil, and him going like, what the actual? And it was a bit ropey, to say the least. And I'm not the best at clicking the fulfill button. Hence why I got a message today, Neil, off a very nice chap. I think he's called Texas Waffle. I thought he was in the States actually, because it's called Texas, right? It's Clinton. You know Clinton?
Yeah.
Well, Clinton sent me a message today saying, "Hi Mark, thanks for the Zero Fox 3D Bender cases. They're great, but I didn't order 4."
Oh, so right? Okay. I'm glad I've taken it over.
I didn't tell you that until just now, and he was like, "Look, I can't go conscious." Such a nice guy, actually. Such a nice guy. Who actually sort of said, like, do you want me to send these 2 back? I was like, yeah, do you know what? That'd be great. That'd be great. Because, again, I didn't click the unfulfill button. So he's sending them back. They're coming. They're going to the office, Neil, because that's the only address I could remember. And I did say to him, "Look, I'm going to sort you out a gift voucher from the store, right? Because obviously he's got a bit of postage and all that kind of stuff." So that proves the level of incompetence. That was the first beating I took this week, and then the second one was from an accountant, aka the wife, who said, "Oh my God, are you still control the Empower 247 bank account? Why is Neil not taking over that?" Well, I had to put it together in a rush, and
it's all been put. If we'd just been in the same building, it would have been different.
Yeah, it would, to be fair. And anyway, so that's been transferred to Neil as well, because apparently I'm no good with money, I'm no good with ordering processes, and what am I actually good at?
You're good at organising, you're good at bringing in people to assist, picking the people that can do the jobs, strategy, marketing. I can't do half of that shit.
I didn't even pay him for that shit, to be fair, to say that. But apparently I'm good at some stuff. But the two quite important ones, like money and distribution, is not my strong point.
I've got it now.
Yeah. So any problems with distribution, packaging, lateness, money? I mean, try that again. Go this way.
Well, actually, now we're now getting packing notes going inside the parcels because I've got the right access to the packing note. And what else have we got? Printed labels.
Yeah, we bought a printer because Alan said, "Buy a printer. You look like amateurs."
Yep, that was done. I'm signing every task off the packing, so they'll now get them marked on the thing and me signed to say I've done the right thing. They're all going to my local post office. They've all got returns labels on them now.
Yeah, because we've lost. We had an incident there. In fact, while I'm getting picked on, right?
That's me.
While I'm getting picked on this week, one of our customers, Matt, nice guy. I was actually talking to him today. I was in a meeting and it's quite boring, so I talked to Matt instead on Discord. I can't say that. If anybody from work catches me, I'm fired on Monday morning. But he's a nice chap actually, and he sort of sent us a message. He goes, "Hiya guys, my delivery's a bit late. I thought it'd be here by now." And anyway, I looked at it, and of course I've clicked fulfilled. I've done my part. Right, and then Neil's already sent me all the Royal Mail sort of like receipt things to say where things have gone, and I'm not going to give away the full postcode, but there was a 15 in it, and somebody who went to the post office might have put 51, or the other way round, didn't they, Neil? I mean, it's fine because it wasn't a big order. Oh wait, I mean, I
thought of a solution to that, to try and get that stuff back.
What's that?
I'm going to write to that same address again with the wrong postcode with a note saying, "If you've got our gear, can you post it here,
Can
please?"
you post it back? Yeah, it wasn't just like it was a nasty Helltech for 20 quid or something. It was like an enclosure, and it was this, and it was that, and all that kind of stuff. I got a nice message off him today, sort of saying, "Thank you very much, you turned up today," which I thought was nice. So somebody, that postcode, by the way, Matt looked it up, and it was like somewhere in Devon, but unfortunately the street name didn't exist at that postcode in Devon, neither did the number. So there's a Royal Mail guy coming round, and like, if you see a node called Posty 1, that's probably our node, and I want it back.
Well, apparently it will end up back at the sorting office close to that postcode address. But if we've lost it, we've lost it. We've made mistakes, we'll learn. We're not bits of kids anymore. We've been stuck in the mail part of a business. We've done all that.
Yeah. Go on.
No, it doesn't matter. He's saying the postcode doesn't exist according to Google. So
is he in chat? Is he in chat? Right. Okay.
He's in chat. He's already pointed out by mistake. Kick him. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yeah. Get rid of it. Get rid of Matt quick. Like I said, I was chatting to him today, and he was like telling me all like the projects he's list, right? Because he kind of fits quite well with them in the land of geek, Phil. Because like, I'm doing this and I'm making that, and I've got all this shit going on. I was literally like sat in this meeting like, what the fuck? This guy's got Jodrell Bank running in his fucking back garden. I'm not going to lie. I was like, okay, I want to do that. And do you know what, right? It made me feel bad so much that I've got a little 433 megahertz Heltec node that you can pick satellites up off and stuff. Tiny GSS, I think it is. And I actually programmed that, just so you know, Matt. I stopped talking to you because I was kind of doing other stuff when I was in that meeting. And I was like this, you're not like this in a meeting? Yes, I completely agree, the margins are not very good. And in the background, down here, the hands are giving it, fucking flash that thing. How's this work? And I completely flashed it and created a tiny GS node. And I think it even might work, which is good for somebody of a level of incompetence that's up there with mine. So he did shame me into doing it. Because I've got so many projects on the go at the moment that there's lots of things sort of in the garage, in the summer house, up here in the office, that are going on. That I've got too many projects, bits of things that are going on, which reminds me, Neil, you've got a project of mine, and we need this complete. It's super important.
I know we do now because it will go along with some of the stuff we're talking about later.
Well, you don't know which project I'm talking about.
I think I do.
Which one am I going to say?
I think you're going to be talking about the one that tracks the sun.
Okay. Nobody likes you, Neil. Nobody likes you at all. Yeah, the sun tracking device, right? I mean, this is going to be awesome, right? So we need to put one of these on it, and the battery, and the solar panel from the sun tracker, so it tracks the sun, and it runs a rack node at the same time. I mean, that's cool, right? I'm not gonna lie, I've got so many nodes at the moment, right? That I dare say that the congestion that's been caused on the mesh at the moment, it's probably me. If you're in Blackpool and you just think no messages come out, what the actual is going on, it could be me. I've actually started putting them on client mute so they're all not repeating each other and just causing a shitstorm, because I've got one in car 1 downstairs, one in car 2 downstairs. The super node with the filter is sat here because that's on test. The rack node in the loft is with the Yagi is going that way. The birdhouse is in the back garden, the solar one, and then in the summer house is another one. I'm going to say that's too many nodes in one place, and it's just causing like a complete shitstorm. But my beaconing, right? My beaconing, when you look on the map and you see how far you get, my beaconing is legendary, to be fair. I'm really enjoying the fact that, this is still test software, right? And yes, Meshtastic, and it doesn't work, and congestion, and, all that kind of stuff. But the beaconing alone, I still think is awesome. And you know what? There's nothing better to buy for a beaconing node than a Heltec capsule. And I were the rack dealers. I was actually talking to Gavin today, actually, from Rack, and said, like, I want one of these. What a Rack version of these? With a battery that's longer than 20 minutes. I still think they're great. I still genuinely think that they're great. And if the battery lasted longer than an hour, it's a little bit bigger, it's ready to go. I still think it's a great device. And I want to see how Ben does up Helvellyn or wherever that place is, that godforsaken place is, where he's wearing a redneck shirt and all that shit, and he's in his hiking boots and all that rubbish. I still want to see how this does versus his rack. It's got a rack and a rack blade. And don't get me wrong, that rack and rack blade he's had is the combination of however we ended up with the firmware or whatever. It's such a good note. And we've driven over it, pretty much drove over it. It was in one of Scott's cases, Tony G case, but Scott printed it, and it's been such a good note, that, to be fair. And we tried to kill it, but it won't die. But I'd be interested. This isn't going to go as far, right? Because it's not a blade antenna. It's not one of these. The size matters apparently, so the wife keeps saying. But this is good. But I'd be interested to see how far this goes at sort of height. So hopefully, when he comes back from his hollybobs, I hope it rained on him all the time. By the way, just for being like, I hope it rained on him. People who go in tents and all that and camper vans, they just clog up the motorway and they cause riots. It's just a problem. Anyway, I think we've sorted most of the postage out now, haven't we? We've caught up. Everything's gone out. I do keep putting on the blog. I've actually moved the link to the blog on the Empowered website to the top that says, looking for YouTube, click here. Looking for our Discord community, click here. Look for our blog, click here. Because the truth of it is, we're sort of streaming every couple of weeks when we can. But the blog, I do quite fastidiously, usually at 2 a.m. And I do update it from there. And to be honest, that's where I know a lot of people say, well, your grammar's appalling, you can't spell for shit, and you shouldn't be let out. But I do actually do a lot of updates within the blog. So that's where to go to kind of keep up with stuff, because even though the Discord community is there, they're all kind of sat there, and you get a few people chatting and stuff, I don't think they realise how much is going on in the background, to be fair. But it's all positive stuff, and the truth of it is people kind of get busy with it. It's on and off. 2.4 version of the software, which has gone from alpha, which we were already running on our fleet across Blackpool, is now in beta. You know, as long as it's not congested and people are sensible about it, it works really well. I actually saw a couple of new modes on our map, Neil, actually. There's a Doomsday Mesh guy. And there's a guy in Polton Filed as well who started chatting in our Discord. He's new.
And we need to get our node at Polton. Putting another one in our group, aren't we?
Yeah, well, we've got one with Pete that's going into Polton, and then the other one that's in Polton Filed as well, which is Brian's. I need to go and visit him. I mean, I have to pay to place that node at Brian's. It costs me a cup of Costa coffee a month to do that. Can that go on expenses? I mean, I don't know. Because that's what he charges me to place a node in his unit, or whatever you want to call it.
Well, hang on. Before we move on to nodes, we've got a couple of comments in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've got Andy, we've got Matt, obviously, Technical Fool, Arthur, Elran Rejeff, that's pronounced it. But we've also just got Jekyll, Alan.
Alan Jekyll.
Alan, yeah,
Alan, please, Alan, has your GPS node turned up? Because he sent a message to me today and was like, mate, has that turned up? I was like, oh no.
Gone, and I did them first class, those.
But Can I ask a question, Neil? If that went on this, did you say you sent me a message? Because I replied to Alan.
I did. It went on the 6th. I would have expected it to have got there today at the latest, unless they didn't put it in on the 6th at the actual post office. I gave it to him and I've got the receipt. But if the postie had already picked up, it would have gone on the 7th. So no, it's gone.
Right.
But he was asking how many times has he been mentioned when he joined in. I said not yet. We're bashing me for my dyslexic post error. He says not yet. No.
Right.
But it's definitely gone. I've done it and I've signed it off myself. So.
Well, we know that the address details, because Alan's bought stuff before, right? So we know that his address is already in the system. So it's not just a case of like you've been dyslexic again and a moron, Neil. It's a case of it's in the postal system. But if it does first class, does that mean it still lands on a Saturday? I mean, I don't do post.
2 to 3 days. It can still land tomorrow.
Okay.
They're not specific, because even when I asked them, they said at the post office, it all depends on the area it's going to. But it's gone. I'm confident everything's right.
Well, Alan lives in. Where does Alan live? I can't remember where it is. It's like Gloucester or something random. I can't remember.
I'd rather not drive to Gloucester to hand it over personally, but if it comes down to it, I bloody would.
Well, listen, if we went to see Alan, there's no doubt in my mind he'd give us a ton of shit about our level of incompetency, and we'd be sent home with a tail between our legs.
I can take it. I've been told I'm incompetent on various levels over my working career.
Alan tells me every day, pretty much, in some way, shape, or form. Just stop telling me I'm incompetent in the morning, Alan, because I can't cope with people's shit before 11 a.m.
Done that, Matt. He's put another wash suggestion, put a sender address. We've got that now with Empower on the back of every envelope.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, if you watch from the start, the distribution, the person giving him the information to post to was me, and that's your first mistake, Neil. That's your first mistake, trusting me with such tasks.
That's fine. It's all come to me now. So anyway, that's the comments so far. But just to pull you back on something. So the first thing we were talking about there was everything's gone, which brings us on to stock levels.
Yes.
The plan was today for me to do a full stock check of what we've got. But I already can tell you, with no more solar enclosures, they've gone. I think we're down to 1 or 2 GPS. But I'm going to do a stock take on Monday. So
you know when somebody says, right, I've been in so many meetings where somebody says, it was my intention to, right, you know that person's backtracking real quick because they've not fucking done it. Are you telling me you've not done it? After all the shit I've had about all this, you've not done the stock check today?
No, and you know why I've not done the stock check?
I can't remember.
It's sitting here.
Yeah, I know, but you can't. No one can. I've cropped your screen in. No one can see what's going on over there. They can probably just hear strange shit going on in the background, thinking like, is he being power washed or is that a vibrator going off? I don't. It could be anything.
Can you hear it? Do you want me to put it into silent mode?
Just when you speak, there's a bit of like Tron shit going on in the background.
Hang on a minute. I'll put it in silent.
But Neil's not got enough printers. Obviously, having seven 3D printers, all printing sex toys, is not enough for any man. So essentially, he decided to buy another one, which is Scott Chicken's fault, to be fair, because
it is.
When we went to one of the radio rallies and Scott turned up with this like little 3D printer, and Neil's got like a fleet of them, prints various stuff, and they turned up with this, and even I looked at it and thought, a moron can use that. I like it. I like it a lot.
It's incredible.
Because I've had a 3D printer before, it's too complicated, and then this thing, you just sort of like put it in, and the table that it was sat on was doing this, wasn't it, right? And I was just like, that ain't gonna work, mate. That's choppy as shit, right? That's
said.
gonna be a blob of plastic, and it printed one of our first cases actually.
Beautiful.
And it's quite a serious bit of kit. I mean, everyone's 3D printing at the moment, aren't they? But for me, it was just like, I've got to level the bed and I've got to adjust these belts. I just, I use an Apple phone, right? It's for plebs. I just want to turn it on and it work and it to be mark proof. And this 3D printer is pretty much the same.
When you've done that, go on to Amazon. Back in a sec.
Okay. But yeah, it's so just Neil, just like you do the live stream, just like literally walks off. This is what I'm working with. So I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, essentially yes, he's got a new 3D printer. Hence he did the stock check. Business fun. So anyway, he's got that, and that's kind of all sorted. Stock levels, I'll put them in the blog, right? When he actually does it on Monday, I'll put them in the blog, because what I don't want to happen is, and when I did the stock levels on the Shopify shop, on Empire 24/7 on the store, we never wanted to get to the point where we were selling something we didn't have, right? Hence why I only did pre-orders for stuff at the point where there was a tracking number and you could see it coming, right? Because people instantly think you're not scrupulous and you're some sort of dodgy guy running out of a basement or something like that, and you're not actually selling anything, because there's been so many scams. And interestingly, I was around at the point where the T-Echo and the T-Deck and stuff like that were being sold through Temu or Banggood or one of them lot. And I even bought one, and it was like delivered, and I thought, no, it hasn't. And it was a scam. And yeah, loads of people got scammed by that, expecting Temu or Banggood or AliExpress to be legitimate. So unfortunately, that got this whole game a bit of a bad reputation. I'm just chatting about stock and stuff. So yeah, we don't want to sell stuff that we've not got. So what we'll do is, what you'll actually see is some of the stuff's actually depleted and probably just say like non-available. But we need to do the stock check Monday if Neil gets out of bed, and update Shopify so that what you see is what we've really got. Because we've had a couple of warranty jobs and a couple of stuff lost in the post and stuff like that. So we'll update it, and we'll be honest with you, right? I mean, we're not in the business of ripping people off by any means. We want to sell you stuff that we've got, and if we haven't got it, then we're not going to take a deposit on or anything like that until there's a new tracking number for the next order and in they come. So that's part one. Part two is Amazon. So we did say from the very start of all this that we're going to get a lump of, and this will purely be Meshtastic starter kits that are going to go on Amazon, right? I'm going to throw them at Amazon and kind of see how it goes, because don't forget, we're trying to grow. We've got a lot, and I mean an eye-watering amount of Meshtastic starter kits. That we had to make a big meaty order in the first place. We're going to put them on Amazon, right? And before anybody goes, they're cheaper on your store than they are on Amazon. No kidding, because if you put stuff on Amazon, they take a cut of it and so on and so on, so it's got to be more expensive. We're not going to do what all them people, did on Amazon, where they were selling like a T-Deck or something like that for like £100, and you can buy them on Temu for like 40, 50 pounds or something. We're not going to double it, but they will be slightly more expensive on Amazon, because the margins are cropped by Amazon themselves. But if you're watching this, if you go to empire247.com, our store will always be cheapest, right? Cheaper than Amazon, and always. So, and I know people complain, your packaging, you charge us £5 for packaging. Okay, yeah, bear in mind. Now Matt will tell you this, right? People like Matt, who bought multiple bits of kit all at the same time, paid a £5. And yeah, if you buy something that big, you buy a £5, it's still a £5. Now we are going to sort it out, because I got a message from Scott today, Scott Chicken, 3dchicken.co.uk, for all your printing needs. Did sort of say, he sent me a link, Neil, and I need to send it to you. It's something about the DHL and the way that they actually do it through Shopify. It's cheaper and it's quicker. So we need to have a look at that and kind of see how that works, because at the moment we're just chucking it all in the post, and if it's that big, then it costs you like 50p to send. But if it's at like a 3 foot tall fiberglass area, you still pay a £5. So you win and lose, right? You spend more money, and essentially the shipping at a £5, it becomes irrelevant. But we get what you're saying, so it's something we are looking at. but yeah, Amazon, we're going through the process. We are a limited company. You can look us up on Company's House. You know, so we're not working out of your mum's basement. Well, not my mum's basement anyway. That'd be difficult right now. It's going to go on Amazon, but it will always be cheaper on the Empowered website, right? That's a numbers game for us to actually expand the node and stuff. And we're just gonna...
we're nearly there.
Yeah, got to do a lot.
There's authorization in 7 other countries to get it legit.
I mean, of course you have. So they'll appear on Amazon, but as I say, the better price stuff will be on the Empowered 347 website. And there are Meshtastic starter kits that are going to go on there. And I don't know when people sort of say, what is the price going to be on Amazon? Because I like Amazon, right? I mean, for me, this is not me doing a sales gig here. I am naturally, I know it's surprising, but I'm naturally lazy. So essentially, if I see something through some sort of website or whatever, and I think, yeah, that's all right, but it's on Amazon for $5 or more, now, you should really go and save the $5, but Amazon, I've already signed in, I click buy it now and it turns up tomorrow. I paid a $5 or more, who cares? Well, you should care, right, because it's a $5. You do that 25,000 times a year, it ends up expensive. Ask my wife, she'll tell you about my Amazon bill. So yeah, you'll see them on Amazon. We had to do the ID and all that kind of malarkey, and it's a bit of a pain in the arse, wasn't it, Neil, to be honest?
Yeah, it has, but we're getting, the thing is, we haven't mind taking a hit on the things we're making a mistake on, are we, while we get learning. That's what it boils down to.
Elon Musk says that if you make a profit on a business in the first 2 years and you take any money out of it, you're heading for a loser.
Yeah, we just want to make the people happy. And I've just written in comments there because Alan's saying first class is still like £3 for postage and we're only charging $4.99, which is right. But the aerials and the enclosures, you know the big fibre aerial?
Yeah.
That's £8 minimum.
We lost money on that.
Yeah, we need to update the site.
I'm not being funny, Neil, but how am I going to quit my day job and do this up full time if we're losing money on packaging? Any money we lose on packaging now, there's going to be a board meeting with me and you and Ben. It's going to be very serious in the pub where we're going to talk about how much money we've lost on packaging.
Every time I've come out the post office and I've lost money, I make it up by selling sexual favours on outside the shop. So every time I'm £3 down, I have to see 6 people. And I gave a refund.
Do you take your teeth in or out for that? Duh.
No, but it's like we keep saying, isn't it? Happy customers. We just want the stuff out for them, and it will learn it.
Yeah, we're you know, it's still kind of running a bit roughshod and stuff like that. But you know, if anybody's messaged me or whatever and kind of had something to deal with, you know, we've dealt with it. We've sent it out. I'm going to say that you know, complaints wise, we haven't had any complaints, have we? Nothing
that has been.
I think Mark.
More than where's my stuff? And
yeah.
I made a mistake.
Where's my stuff? I've made a mistake. I think Mark gave me a hard time because I think he thought it was a scammer. But you actually picked up the phone and spoke to him, didn't you? And he was cool. Yeah, he was fine with it.
Best way to be. Pick him up. We can have, if there's something we've done wrong, we can have a go. And if it's not, and it just reassures, and he was very happy. I think you're very happy.
Well, I hope he's very happy.
Yeah.
I hope he's
he
very
answers
happy.
the phone like me.
What's that?
When I've got to see a number that comes up on the phone, if it's you, then it's no problem. When it's a strange number, and I go, hello.
Yeah.
And he was sort of like, hello.
Yeah.
When I said, oh, yeah, hi, I didn't know your number, and well, that's the right way to be. There's a lot of scam calls.
Yeah. We don't do that scam call thing anymore. No money in it. Where do you think we found Ben? Go on.
I was going to say that now brings us neatly on to the next item, which is to do, because post moves towards the shop and the postage. And would you like to update them about the upcoming shop?
What? CyberGoGo. If you read the blog, then essentially, if you read the blog, you'll know this. But essentially, yeah, I mean, a few people have sort of said, this is Alan again. Alan bullies me a lot, right? Your logo's crap and your website's crap, and that was designed by a 10-year-old boy who's clearly a moron, and that's me you're talking about again. Alan, you know, I've got feelings in it. And just through sort of, I mean, the shop is the shop, right? I kind of chucked it together, learned Shopify, all that kind of stuff. And we've kind of taken it as far as we could go. And anyway, we made a lot of friends, and I said this in the blog, within the community of sort of coming into Meshtastic, we straight away made a lot of friends by pissing off Meshtastic in the States. It's actually true. It's actually true, right? Because I took Meshtastic UK and bought the domain name, and that's how all this started. We got recognised by domain name theft, and a lot of people are upset about it and stuff. And it kind of the land grab. Yeah, we got a lot of crap, and we've got the president on the phone and all that kind of stuff going like, who are you English fuckers? Like, you come along here, you're just like nicking our name and stuff. We're an LLC, we'll sue you till you're dead. And it's just like, okay, know when you're going to win this battle. It's just like, can we be friends? Shall we give you the domain name? And that's how we kind of got recognised in the community, to be honest, because we kind of caused trouble. And we also had on our map, I think the map kind of went, it showed that the UK had more nodes, community added nodes, I might add, before anybody picks at that, than any other country. And yeah, our name spread really quick, not in a good way, right? But any advertising is good advertising. So I keep telling Neil when he has small heart attacks about things that I keep doing, and it kind of went bigger and bigger from there. Now at that point, obviously we met Chris Ridley, who does the Zero Fox Bender case, and we went to see him. He never made us a brew, did he, Neil? Did you notice that? He never made us a brew.
No.
That's poor. That is poor, Chris, if you're watching this. You didn't even make us a brew. And we sort of saw his setup and we had a chat with him. And he has quite a versatile background. And he mentioned a couple of people and stuff, which was all good. And we kind of went from there. So essentially, through that sort of relationship with Chris and marketing people that he knew and kind of friends of friends, we ended up getting put together with this like marketing company that says, and they're really nice guys actually. Kind of come along and sort of talk to us and sort of said, okay, your website's okay, Mark. When someone says it's okay, it's like when a woman says, "How are you?" and she goes, "I'm fine."
Yeah, freaked out.
You're dead. You just like stop living right there. And they do like SEO and marketing and all this proper shiz that like we do as amateur hour, to be fair, or I do as amateur hour. Trying to just have a go at it. I love having a go at stuff. But we can help you build your site. And this guy kind of had us chat to us, and I really like their office with that whole brickwork thing going on. It's very creative and designery, wasn't it? Did you notice that? It was very much. I like their offices. They look cool. They could have been in a warehouse in like, I don't know, in Toxteth or something for all I know. I have no idea. Anyway, we got kind of chatting to him, and we can do this. What do you think of this website? What do you think of that website? Chat. And they clearly knew what they were talking about, and they've got like a proven track record. And I can see Neil's like, I haven't got. I wish I had my glasses. He's giving it one of these. This face like this, like this is going to cost money, of which we don't have any because we keep sending things to the wrong address, Neil. Just thought I'd throw that in there, and making other various mistakes. And they kind of said, look, we've got a new guy, we're kind of learning Shopify. We know marketing and SEO, but we want to do Shopify, and we want to get in with someone and show them. We want to use our Shopify guy who we've just taken on staff and build someone's brand and build their store and stuff. This is going to be a bit of an adventure, a bit of a journey, and we want to do it with your shop. This sounds like it's been a human guinea pig, but what could go wrong? So essentially, after the meeting with him, we kind of agreed, look, we'll promote you. There's no money involved in this. We'll promote you. You promote us, and I put him in the blog, and you'll get to see what happens with the website. They've already started working on it, which I didn't realise because they're not working on our site. They're working on like a stage server somewhere, and they're going to polish it up and make it look all fancy and do all kinds of stuff to it, and they're going to make us look good, Neil.
I know, it's good, isn't it? Can I just interject for a moment, though?
You may interject. It's a posh word for YouTube.
I know it is, isn't it? I'm up on Red Bulls and cranberry juice. Right, Technical Fool has asked, I hope he means pay. Well, there's another one going to be lost out of the channel in a minute. Any chance of a full kit, like rack, case, antenna, battery, in a box and ready for assembly? Well, the battery, we don't do anything with batteries.
No.
They keep asking me. They make me feel like a criminal at the post office. Any batteries? Yeah. So there's a question. Amazon gives you A to Z guarantee. Yeah, thank you very much, Alan. That's what we're going for. Constructive criticism. Yeah. I understand. Alan. It's spot on.
It's just beating me again. That guy's fucking killing me.
Then they're on about domain names in here because who says it? Who's got some domain names? They're holding them. But yeah, I nearly lost a domain name once. It wasn't me. It was the company I was working for. Random Alicat has joined us. Hello, fantastic cases.
Hello, Alana.
No publicity is bad publicity. I like the drone work you've been doing. It's good. I've been watching some of that.
Who said that?
Me, I've just said it. I've been.
Oh, right, okay.
Cat's been building drawing
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, Scott, where is Scott tonight? I think Scott's.
Hang on a minute. Who's Subnet Conflict has joined the channel? Come on, speak up. Unmute yourself. Hello.
Subnet Conflict, who's just passed his foundation license, who was literally shitting bricks for about a week. I started to get nervous he wasn't going to pass his foundation. I was getting nervous. He was making me nervous because I remember when I did my my foundation license, right, and there was me and Ben and Al and a few other relatively clever guys who have been swatting up on doing their foundation license, and then there's me who got the book for the foundation license to do that test you did the night before. I looked at it, I'm not passing this. Do you know what I mean? And I literally winged it and passed because I think I said to the club, if I pass, I'm going to join this radio club. Fools. And I got my license, and now I found it's full of old people who just talk about antennas and the weather. If that happens to Meshtastic, I'm off. Anyway, I'm glad you passed, mate. Well done. You know what? I'll tell you one thing it does actually show. It actually shows that people who did Meshtastic and the whole avenue of doing Meshtastic and kind of learning about bits and pieces is a conduit to go into radio. It's true. He's proof of that. I mean, don't say in the chat now I was going to take my license anyway before Meshtastic, because that won't help and you'll get banned again. But
there we are. Sorry, I was muted and I'm walking around, so I've got my headset on.
Let me tell you. You are famous. So anyway, well done on passing your test, mate. Well done. And did you buy as well? Was this you who bought one of these because I said it was good? I'm sure he did. I'm sure he bought one of these. These Quencheng things, right? I mean, it's like 20 quid, but this is the new Baofeng, and I'm still amazed.
I'm not watching the YouTube stream. I couldn't find it.
What do you mean you couldn't find it? Jesus Christ, we are empowered247.com. Are you in the pub?
No, I'm on the way to the pub.
He's on his way to the pub. Of course he is. Okay, so the pub's more important than us. That's it. I get it, mate. I get it.
I dropped in. I got the K8 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think this is the same. I'm not sure. It's the one with the bronze front end on it. No, we don't sell these on the store, by the way. This is not some sort of promotion to start selling little ham radios. But they are good. I mean, they're really good. And they're that good, I've not gone out and bought like something more expensive. Which is not like me, because this is how it starts with one of these little cheapo radios. Then it goes, I need it to do more. I don't know how to make it do more, but I need it to do more. But they are a good radio, to be fair. So no, well done. Well done.
And speaking of more,
yeah.
Technical Fool says, well, maybe something with an 1860-50 holder, so it's easier than trying to find the spicy pillow that fits. I guess it's to do with the cases after.
Spicy pillow. I like that.
Are you going to stock small accessory items like battery connector cable and solar panel connector cable? Yeah, I don't see why we couldn't start sourcing. Maybe we'll.
Yeah, I mean,
can we just send out what we've got first and get that right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of issues with stuff, right? And we, as much as we seem totally incompetent when it comes to the batteries, right? They are a disaster. LiPo, insurance, the whole thing, right? They are an absolute disaster. And they're so ropey, right? I dread to think how many. I'm looking for one. Hang on. I dread to think how many of these like batteries of various sizes that I've bought. And even I buy EMB, I think they are, which is like Chinese made, whatever, because they're supposed to be good. But this is a whole ropey industry doing batteries, right? And I'm just not a fan. And the truth of it is, and I'm more than happy to do it, is to get a lot of the kits that we buy and just like affiliate link to Amazon and buy them from Amazon. I don't want to sell them. They worry me, right? And normally it's Neil going, we're not doing that. Someone's going to die. But this is actually me worrying about it. So we're going to stay away from the batteries. But yeah, I mean, Technical Phil saying about a full kit, this, that, and the other, like a ready-to-go sort of system. I actually having a conversation with, 3 people right now. I'm new to Meshtastic. A friend of mine said that you've got this store, and they joined our Discord and stuff. Sort of build me a kit. And I'm talking to 3 different people at the moment, but it's very clear that people do want to buy, something that's ready to go, right? And I'm happy to sort of go down the antenna and Scott doing the case and all that kind of stuff, and all the electronics being kind of with us. I'm happy to do that, but the battery's always going to be an affiliate link, right? Because prison is not good for a good-looking guy like me, right? It's just not going to go well.
Again.
All right. Thanks for that, Neil. So yeah, we are gonna. The idea is to have sort of like a, tick the boxes of the bits you want, and then at the bottom an affiliate link that goes straight to antenna. That's my kind of thought on it, because batteries are just terrible. Even 18650s, right? I mean, I vape too much, and I've been through that whole 18650, and I've had a vape explode in my mouth. It's not good. It's just not good, right? And yeah, affiliate link, but all the rest of the stuff will go straight there. That subnet, he's just got to the pub. Did you hear him leave there? Yep. Did it? Yep. So yeah, we are going to do sort of full kits and setups and stuff like that.
Some more comments.
Some more comments? Stop talking, people.
Comments, yeah. The Quan Sheng is my everyday police scanner, but it isn't water resistant. At least that's from the Malikat. Okay, we've done the batteries and the clips. We can't do that in the UK. It's encrypted. That's Alan. Forgot the actual name of what they use. Yeah, it's just riot people. That's how we get the communication out.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that I'm in a small US town where they haven't switched to digital. That's random again.
Yeah, you are lucky. You are lucky. Yeah. I'm from back in the day when we used to listen to police scanners before they went digital, and it was here. And I know people, not you, Neil, not even Ben. I can't even blame either of you, who used to on CB on channel 8 used to restream, as it would be, used to play the scanner over CB. I mean, holy crap. You'd be in trouble for that now. I mean, that's like making comments on Facebook. These days, you got a prison for that stuff. Joke. Calm.
Yeah, so the 18650, is that how you pronounce that?
18650. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the 21700 around the Malikat. I mean, we know the 18s are popular. But no, we're not going to do that. Let somebody else handle that hassle.
Yeah, we don't want to go there with it. I mean, we will recommend stuff like EWB.
We need a dropship link.
I know, right? EWB are actually pretty good, to be fair, and they are good, but we just don't want to handle them. LiPo batteries. I drive a Tesla. That thing is going to explode in a fireball at any minute, and I'm going to get barbecued. So I'm not sending these out to you. No means no. And apart from that, you probably make about 20p on it. Well, no, thank you. So that's kind of the plan from there. Going quickly back to the shop. CyberGogo, we're going to polish that whole thing, and they're going to do it. And as soon as it's got something to do, and he tells us what to do with our SEO and graphics and all that kind of stuff, because he's got his new Shopify specialist guy with 20 years experience and all that kind of stuff, then we're going to run with it. So yeah, go and have a look at them. They're nice people, actually, to be fair. And we'll see. Alan will tell me, right? Yeah, Alan will be on it, right? These people you've got, they're not that good.
Can you turn my volume up at all? Andy says, Neil, your volume is really low compared to Mark. That's just normal.
Is that okay? I just turned you up, Neil. Is that a way of saying, Mark, like, you're too fucking loud, in a very pleasant way?
And Random Alicat says Mark did that on purpose, yeah.
All right, Alana, I thought we were friends. Jesus, I get bullied in this channel, me. What do you think I am? Far right? Jokes. Jokes. Jesus. I'm not drinking too much because I'm not making any jokes about the whole thing. It's just going down like a shitstorm. What else? Right, all posters have gone out the door. Dyslexic Neil postcode. I'm actually over here, right? I said to Neil, I need some content for this, of kind of things that we've done, because I can't remember. I have to look back over my own blogs. It's a bit like Joe Biden, I think.
That was a bit like planning last night. Planning. We actually planned something.
Yeah, we took 10 minutes in between a game loading, didn't we? I mean, it was awesome.
Yes. It was timed at 23:41 last night.
Yeah. Because I was like, I just don't know what I'm going to do with this. Because when we're both tying down day jobs, and then you're doing this as well, and you've got family, and it's pretty difficult. But you need to, if you buy more rack stuff, I'll just quit my job and do it full time. I mean, that's it, right? I just meh. But apparently the wife says no right now, because the £8 we've made in profit, Neil, is not going to cut it. What else? Solar panel news. Now this is
you've skipped one.
Have I? What have I skipped? Power banks.
Well,
power banks. When people don't understand the concept of what we're talking about, that's Neil, because he called it a power bank. It's not a power bank.
You've got the solar panels, but you've got the...
I've got the battery, yeah. So essentially, if you've been watching YouTube and you've seen a couple of the shorts, I am building the summer house, much to the woe of the wife, with a couple of solar panels on the roof, right? Well, and these are big ass solar panels, right? And again, this is not an affiliate link, but if you want like big ass solar panels, like 400, 450 watters, City Plumbing, don't ask me why a plumbing place sells solar panels. I have no idea. They were like 60 quid each, and they're 25-year warranty, and they're decent, right? And I thought I'm going to whack 2 of them on the solar on the summer house. She won't notice. Mistake. And I'd already bought the little device called the Solar Power Stream, which is somewhere in here, which is a little micro inverter. And my idea is that I have a friend who's an electrician who, because if I do electrics, right, the house is going to burn down, then I'm in trouble. So they're going to run power into the summer house, because it's not connected right now. And then I'm going to have 2 solar panels on the roof, the little EcoFlow Power Stream inverter, tiny little thing, 100 quid. And basically, if the sun's shining, it goes into the inverter, and then you get the inverter and you plug it in the main socket and it feeds back into the house. No wiring. Alan's like going, even Mark can do that, wait for it. And that's the idea. And I thought, you know what? Because I want to run the super node in there and a Yagi and lots of other Meshtastic stuff. But I also want to do this. And I actually bought this with my own money because I wanted to do it. This wasn't part of the business. And what keeps happening here is that because we caused trouble in the first place by stealing Meshtastic's name, people kind of knew who we were, and we made them from enemies to friends. Then we sat down and had dinner with Rak, and we made Rak pay for lunch. Do you remember that? Yeah, we made him pay, and we got I owe Gavin lunch. He's coming over to look at the air show. I'm going to end up taking him out for lunch, I reckon. He's getting his money back. Then we ended up with Rak in a meeting with them. We got exclusivity. Then and it's just kind of gone from there. And these are the people we're meeting on the way who sort of, they sell good stuff, they do good service. We always said we won't do crap, right? And then the EcoFlow stuff, I ordered the inverter, and then I sent them a bit of a stinking email going, thanks for the inverter, but there's a cable in here that should come with it and doesn't. Is that a mistake? And they said, no, that's an optional extra. And I was like, what do you mean? It's not an optional extra. That should be part of it. And, I'm quite good at giving people shit in email. And they sort of came back to me and went, oh, you're Mark, you're the Empower 247 guy. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, Neil and I are in a meeting with a lady in Hong Kong where I'm thinking, that's a Zoom backdrop. You're not in Hong Kong. You're full of shit. And then a guy comes down the thing and starts cleaning the window. And I'm like, this is actually quite real. And we have a chat. It was genuine real. And they looked at our map and sort of realised we had 2,500 people across 34 countries and thought, well, they probably first of all thought, how are these idiots even doing this? Because it's a shocker. And then they sort of said, is it your plan to do sort of off-grid stuff, for disasters and so on and so on? It's like, no, we just do Meshtastic for fun, and we're supplying a community. And it kind of went from there. And next thing you know, EcoFlow is saying, well, if you're doing off-grid, then our batteries and solar packs and all that kind of ties in quite well. And the next thing we're in a meeting with another guy who kind of says, what have you bought? And I'm like, I bought some solar panels from City Plumbing, and they're not yours. Oops. And this is what I'm going to do with YouTube videos, because I'm running a Meshtastic monster. Can I say amplifier? Would I get in trouble for that? Amplifier, whatever. And this is part of the Meshtastic project, because it sounds ridiculous. I've run out of room. How can you run out of room for something that big? It's crazy. So it's kind of ongoing. I've got the solar panels, and I am going to put videos on there. I'm trying to get my electrician, Mark, from Mitchell's. Where are you? I am going to stop all work for you unless you come and fix my house. And the solar panel's going to go on the roof, hopefully next week, if Dave can fit on the roof, because he's only 5 foot tall. And then they also sent me a EcoFlow battery, which they've not given me, right? I mean, I'd love them to give it me. It was like, we're going to loan you this for your videos.
Yeah, but they did say they didn't even do that at the start.
Yeah, they said you buy all the kit yourself and we'll help you out where we can. We'll try and do you a good deal on if you do us a video and promote it and stuff. And I sort of said to the guy, with the greatest respect, I want to run it, build it, put it all together, test it. But if it's good, we'll tell people about it. But if it's not, well, we won't. I already know it's good, to be fair, because the EcoFlow stuff is really good, right? I mean, it just is. And so that's the plan. I've got an EcoFlow battery, which I charged at work, free power. That's how you get free power, charge it at work. Solar panels, it's all going to go ahead next week, and I'm going to do some videos, and the supernode's going to go in there. I've got a plan to mount the supernode on the side with a beautiful, ridiculously high, not high gain, high RAKwireless fiberglass antenna, and I'm going to run it all out of there. So all that stuff's here. Even my cables are here now. The panels are here. I'm just waiting on that cable that they said, yeah, you need to buy that optional extra. No, you don't. I want it free, and if anybody actually buys in his kit, they want it free too. Because it's 48 quid for a cable. For a cable, Neil.
Well,
who does that? It's ridiculous. So I give him a bit of shit, and it's now free. Winner, winner. And we're gonna. If you look at the Empower 247 website, you'll see one of the headers has changed, and it's sort of like, I don't even know what it's called. I forgot what I called it. I did it at 2 a.m. in the morning, but you can see the kind of stuff that we've looked at, which is, balcony solar type setups. Dangle your solar panels somewhere, plug it in your mains, and it just feeds back into your house, and therefore, 800 watts of your base load of your house is now paid for by solar. And the little app comes with its cool and the smart plugs, but it's not. A lot of this stuff is super expensive, but this is pretty reasonable, to be fair. So yeah, we're kind of getting on with that. Hopefully going to start it next week. Hopefully, if it all goes to plan. Those solar panels from City Plumb at 60 quid each. I mean, what the hell? I mean, I know that when I had this setup, I have solar on the roof as well. I mean, it was probably more than the last 20 years of cars we purchased, Neil, to fit that. It's ridiculous. What else have I got? Have you read the blogs?
Let's go back to chat for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So, volume. Tech with Mark says BBQ Powered 247 as a domain name. Alicat, going back to batteries, is saying, I saw a video where a dog chewed a LiPo battery and set the house on fire.
I've seen that the other day.
I haven't.
I've seen that, yeah. That makes me feel worse about LiPo batteries, right?
Yeah.
We like animals more than people, and there is no way we're doing batteries. If a baby got barbecued, then that wouldn't be okay. But we're not doing dogs. I see. I stopped myself there.
There we go. We're getting banned in a minute. Bye, everybody on YouTube.
Yeah.
Alan says, I actually noticed that this was somewhat planned when we were saying we actually had a plan. There you go. It notices. We'll have to write more plans. I
know. What Alan's going to do, though, is I always get a message from Alan in the morning, here's the critique of your stream. And I glance at it in the morning because I just can't cope with Alan's shit in the morning. I just can't. I need 12 coffees and 4 cigarettes before I can even cope with that. But I just glance at it and think, if it's that long, that was an okay stream. If it was that long, you did shit. If it's that long, you just need to retire from streaming altogether. That's how I know. And then later on, I usually read it later on and kind of go,
So, and Tech with Mark, now I'm at the pub, so thank you, Tech. He's just not here anymore.
Is it at the pub?
He's at the pub now. Alan actually says, at X-Ray Mark agency work, his agency work, you need to watch for them cutting corners. Especially if somebody learning Shopify and using your site as a portfolio, then it should be okay. But they seem all right, these guys, don't they? And the worst that happens is we just don't publish it.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, to be honest, they've got quite good credentials and stuff. And
Alan says he's not that bad.
Everyone needs an Alan in their life, right? No, he's like dare I say this? He's like the male version of my wife, always right and really fucking annoying.
Right, so let's comments up to date. So carry on with where you were heading. What was next?
Right, have you read the blogs? Just read the blogs, right? I'm trying to keep them updated. And I got a comment actually from our guys that are doing our these Sabagogo people who are going to revamp our website and do all our marketing and stuff. And they said, right, stick a link on your website to us. I said, well, if you read last night's blog, you'll know I've already done that at 2 a.m. this morning. And he replied, and I thought, he's got banned to this guy, this company. He replied, did you notice, Neil? And he went, that's 5 people reading your blog now. All right, fuck you, actually, arsehole. So, do you know what? Let him crack on with it.
We can take it.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, to be honest, it can't get worse, but he's going to do it all offline so we can see it when we come back to it. And the EcoFlow guys, they are dead keen for us to sort of polish our act up and stuff. To be clear as well about all the solar EcoFlow stuff, right? We're not stocking it, right? When I'm saying we're not doing batteries, we're certainly not doing that battery. That battery that they sent me, which is portable. I mean, yes, I mean it's probably about as big as a PC case, you know, a big fat PC case, but it weighs 25 kilos.
Yeah, I'm not taking those to the post office.
Portable? No, we're not doing that. And this will be affiliate link stuff, right? But you know, they do training and they do, you know, all this kind of stuff that you can do as like a affiliate link type person. So yeah, we're not doing batteries. I wanted to bring that battery up here, and I picked it up in the garage and thought, Jesus Christ! But I think it's like 2.5 kilowatts. I mean, that 2.5 kilowatt battery, that can run a Heltec for an hour. Heltec jokes. I love a Heltec joke. We still got Heltecs on the store, by the way, because we've still got some left. We've also, what else is on the store, just while I remember as well, Zero Fox Bender cases, they're still cheaper. Chris is back from holiday now, but he never watches our stream because he says he's got better things to do on a Friday night, which is quite funny. Well, Chris, it's like this. If you want a Zero Fox Bender case, go on empower247.com because they're cheaper than what you're selling them for, and you made them. Ha. I hope somebody tells him now, Mark selling your cases cheaper than you. He won't care, like, because they all come from him, but we did a deal and we bought bulk, right? So yeah, we sell Zero Fox cases cheaper than Zero Fox 3D. I'll get a message in a minute. I go ping, it'll say wanker. But yeah, we've still got them on there. The Optimus case as well, which, you know, it's one of my favourite things, the Optimus case, and they were affiliate linking to Scott Chicken, right? Because we give Scott Chicken. Alana, lovely Alana, designed our case. I still absolutely love that case. And they are going out in bits and pieces. If you're having a Heltec, right, you're either having a Bender case or you're having an Optimus case. And don't get me wrong, right, I still really love Chris's Bender case, right? I mean, it's the standard. But as far as I'm concerned, Chris is going to hate this again as well. But if anyone, don't tell him. But the Optimus case, the way that it transforms, I mean, this girl's got talent. And it's not just talent the way she paints her fingernails really well in her YouTube videos. It's like a genuine design talent. Have a look at the Optimus case. If you click on the link, they're actually coming from Scott. But his printing, well, this is one of Chris's print jobs, actually. It's super nice, right? It is really nice. So the Heltec cases, the Optimus cases, you can just buy them indefinitely because they just get print on demand from him. Zero Fox cases are still on the store. I've got to say that the Optimus case is designed by Alana Alicat, otherwise I get in trouble under contract. And yeah, and bits and pieces like GPS nodes and stuff like that, GPS sets, they're getting quite low, aren't they? But we'll update the store on Monday. Matt actually built, he sent me a picture today, you know the acrylic cases for the racks, they're like the ones that look like a table. He actually built one today. I can't actually show it because I'm not set up to do it, but he actually bought one of those, and I saw that and thought, oh, I need to make one of them. So it's like a sandwich of plastic, some sort of like 4 legs, if you will. The rack goes inside and then another sandwich of plastic on top, and it's like a little table for rack nose. It's really smart, actually. And I looked at it and thought, I've got to do one of them. What?
Hold the press. Come back to me. But Alicat has just posted, I've got a surprise coming Optimus Prime case. And that's all I'm going to say about that. That's what she's written.
I hate this girl. Did she do that? I hate this girl. Why did she do that to me? Is that a rack version? That's what's needed. Not being funny. Why have you not done it, Alana? You know. Why have you not done it? So yeah, they are on there as well as a few bits of it. We'll update the stock list because that's really important. Anyway, Alana, as you're being Billy Big Licks, what is actually needed, right? Scott hasn't sent me, because I wanted to do it for this video, the saddle mounting thing that Alicat's done for the DJI drone to put the rack in it. He was printing it and sending it to me on Tuesday. Lost in the post. Scott, wow. Sort your delivery system out. But as I said, the whole of the UK, and I was having this conversation with Alana, they run 1903s, right, which is the little rack board about that big. But the whole of the UK bought Meshtastic starter kits, which is 1906 1907s, which have got extra slots on them because we like more slots because we're men and we will never use these extra slots, but we need them just because more is better. I really need, Alana, I need that saddle case to go on the DJI so I can fly the drone. I need it to house a 1907. There's a word coming in a minute. It ends in off, Mark. Do you know how long it took me to design that whole fucking thing from scratch? Get fucked, right? That's what she's going to say. But I need the 1907 version of it. I have got Scott to do one of them because I said to him, like, can you make it fit in 19007? The big, I say big, it sounds funny, but the big rack board. The whole of the UK bought 19007s. They bought the big board. They didn't buy the little tiny one because they wanted the extra slots. That's what we need. 19007 because I want to get it strapped to the DJI 4 Pro. I want to get the rack antenna on it and mount it, and I want to fly the drone at 400 feet, as it says on my license.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah, that's my dog. My dog today looks like a lamb because he's a Cavapoo and he was like long and stuff, and the dog groomers decided that his hair was too matted, and so they shaved him. So it looks like a cross between a convict and a lamb. I'll put a picture on Discord somewhere of the new version of Enzo. You've seen Enzo before. If you watch the blog, read the blog, or look at the YouTube videos. Enzo's the dog I normally strap nodes to just for bounce.
I'm needed. Hang on.
Do you know what? This is I just get left. Do you know what I mean? I get left. So yeah, 19007 is definitely needed for that. Hopefully Ben will be back this weekend and he will do a bit of footage on the on the record attempt with his capsule node and his rack. His rack's gonna win. He's gonna glow. I know it. No, do you know what? I'm trying to read Neil's notes over because I'll help you out. Right, I'll give you some pointers that you can go off. Because he's a technical guy, he's the worst, and his grammar's really good, but he's the worst person you've ever seen at actually making notes to remind this brain to regurgitate this information. Because Ben lost in the Outback but has a node. I mean, it's a good job my brain puts them two things together, isn't it? It really is. What else? I'm trying to remember. All the components and stuff. Yes, I've got one of each of the components on the website as well. And yes, I'm going to go through the video. I've actually set up another camera down there. Cameras are going on in there. And I'm actually going to go through each one of these components piece by piece. Because people have reading our site and reading the description, things like the 3-axis accelerometer for the rack, and saying what does it do. I mean, somebody sent me a message the other day asking what the screen does on a rack. It's a screen. I don't know what to say to you. I tell you what I do need as well. If you're watching this video, if you go on Rak's website, because we don't do this, they do a big screen, right? I think it's the model number's 1404, 14014, big screen version. I've got a node with them sat in it. Obviously the firmware doesn't support anything bigger than a certain size, and but I know somebody's got a hacked version of it which will run this big screen, and I can't find the guy, but somebody hacked it to have a bigger version of the screen because I want essentially the node looks very similar to this. Ignore the solar panel, but the unit's like this. It's a LoRaWAN field tester, and essentially the screen is this big. And I need the firmware that's going to run this screen. I've tried everything to make it work, but it's just not. Because I think that a node of that size of something you're going to carry around is actually quite cool. I mean, to be honest, Alana could probably do a much prettier version, I know, but something that holds a screen that's that big. The touch screen doesn't work because it's Meshtastic, right? But having something that's that sort of size with a screen that's mountable in it. Everybody wants a bigger screen. Right, I'm convinced of it. And some of the stuff, like on the new rack nodes now, if you bought one of the Solomon screens, you've got to do soldering and stuff. I mean, if you ever see my soldering, you just wouldn't let me like near paper, never mind a soldering iron. But the bigger stuff is a board that plugs in because it's modular in one of the little slots, which is like a graphics card, I presume. And then it's just a case of plugging in the screen. That's it. Works. No soldering, right? I mean, we don't like soldering, and we're not very good at it. Let's be honest. Are you, Neil?
What, soldering? I'm good at soldering.
Sorry?
I'm good at soldering, because I've got time to do it.
This is what all I keep hearing from you, Neil. I ain't got time to do it. I don't know what you're doing.
It's all packed up, although I am getting it out, aren't I? Because I've got something to build, so.
You have got something to build. A solar tracker. Rack node solar tracker. That's going to be awesome.
And the other item. You've forgotten, haven't you?
It's Friday night. I've had a drink and I've had a rough week.
Raspberry Pi?
Oh, yeah, that's at work. I took it to work. The Raspberry Pi rack wave share node. Yeah, I need to build that just to see how it kind of goes.
We do.
That's another project that's on the list. I mean, I'm not being funny, but we've got so many projects on the list. It's unbelievable. It's just outrageous, to be fair. I've covered my list, Neil. I say my list. I've covered your list that I've tried to decipher by looking over here and going, what the hell does he mean by that?
Nothing wrong with Neil's shirt, so I'm not popping my clogs. Well, we did the pop the clogs, but there's nothing wrong with my shirts.
That's a work shirt you've got on today. You've not got change for the stream.
I haven't. I've dashed home and I stopped at John. I told you I stopped with John to see how he was getting on and picked the 3D printer up and made dinner with Olivia. And before you know it, we're sat on here.
I know. I don't know where the time goes, actually.
Well, that's all right. That little list that we made, we wanted to do 90 minutes. We've actually got 20 minutes left, and people are chatting in the stream. And Ali Cat's made something for a Gizont antenna too. That one won't fit. I don't know what that means. Gizont?
Gizont.
Is that a name?
That's
something else we should know about.
That's an antenna. That's an antenna, Gizont. In fact, these aren't Gizonts, are they? No, that's Nagoya. Gizont is a type of antenna from memory. You tend to find that sometimes this Meshtastic stuff that we're a bit behind in the UK. It's annoying YouTube because you go, oh, I've seen that in America. I want to buy it, and stuff. And Gizont and stuff like that is not that popular in the UK. So it takes a bit of practice. So my phone's buzzing here. I'm going to say. To answer that question, for you who will remain nameless, who's just asked me a question in the background, where is it? Is that body armor? No. I didn't realise you could actually see that in the background. That's not.
Have you got that there?
How?
Why? That looks like body armor, actually.
No, it's airsoft stuff. it's not body. Well, I guess it is body armor, but it's not body armor because of the. It's like, are you expecting a riot because you've got body armor going on in the background? No, that might look like body armor and a vest and all that kind of stuff, and it is, but it's for the purposes of airsoft. Why are you looking behind me? Some of these people who watch these streams are really weird people.
Time we went airsoft, my gear's around there, all hung up waiting to go.
I've got my guns. I've literally got everything. In fact, that's got magazines in it, air bottles charged, everything. And if you can see where the little English flag is? That's a fiberglass, not fiberglass, it's a carbon fiber piece that comes down, right? And the node goes in it. Meshtastic, well, airsofted. Beaconing for tracking, like ATAC in the States, use ATAC for tracking people and stuff. That will be awesome to actually have a node inside it and not have a mobile phone, to be fair, beacon tracking by somebody who's sort of sat at base with a little antenna and, you're not messaging, you're just beacon tracking people with GPS and stuff. It's not effective. It's not, I'm not Tommy Robinson. I'm not going out there kicking off, you know what I mean? Get a grip. Right. Hang on, delivery service. Hang on, one sec. That wasn't beer service. That was terrible. I got given an empty bottle back. That's terrible. Right. poor service here, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Get stabbed in a minute. Married Scouser. What? Right. Okay. So yeah, that's what that is. Right. I think we've covered everything pretty much. So what we'll do is we'll call it a night at that. Somebody's just sent me a message about the electricity emergency supply code. I get the weirdest of messages while I'm doing this. I've seen this. I've seen this before. Somebody said, are you doing EcoFlow, like off-grid power solutions, this, that, or the other, because of the UK's emergency supply emergency code? Have you read that, Neil? Have you seen it?
No.
Crazy, right? So yes, we kind of see from a Meshtastic point of view about off-grid comms if the internet goes down and all that kind of stuff. But this is the UK's guidance of electricity supply emergency code. It's actually from 2019, so it's not actually a new document. And I actually read this and thought I didn't have a clue about this. But basically, it kind of says that the UK government, and it's legit, right? It's a full-on .gov.uk document. It kind of says, if we need it, we can turn your power off. Or if we need it to supply other emergency people, this, that, and the other, that code, in that area or whatever, then essentially we can do like rolling blackouts every 3 hours to conserve energy. I didn't even know that exists, right? And that's kind of really interesting. But yeah, I have seen it, and it's a massive document. Basically, it says that we can kind of turn the power off. If ever there's a use case for Meshtastic and solar and batteries, that's it. And it's not like, it's not TikTok doctor shit. It's actually really real. Stick a link in it and have a look at it, because it, you think this is new because there's like riots and stuff and people kicking off, but this has actually been going since 2019. We just turn the power off if we need it for like hospitals or whatever. Oh, it's acceptable, but how am I going to use my air fryer? That's what I want to know. Anyway, go and have a read of the UK's guidance on electricity supply emergency code. Electricity supply emergency code. It's interesting. It makes me want to buy more Meshtastic nodes and place them all everywhere with solar panels, and have a big ass battery that I can power anything else with. So yeah, I don't like that. I'm gonna keep drinking and stop reading stuff like that. Gives me gives me the ick, as the kids say. Gives me the ick. Right, we're gonna call it a night at that. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back streaming in a couple of weeks. Hopefully Alana will have made a DJI mount that takes a 19007, and I'll do a video if she's got round to it. She's a little bit slow from time to time, but you know how it goes.
And we'll try for another plan next week.
We'll try for another plan. I've got to send Andy Kirby an Empowered t-shirt, right? Because I actually was giving him abuse in Andy's Discord channel as well, that like people don't want to see that guy in the vest anymore because he's scaring the kids, and he's going to get
Ben Griggs has just sent yawn.
Yep, yawn. Get to bed, yeah. Get to bed, you farm boy. But yeah, essentially, Andy's. We've got to send him a t-shirt, and they'll stop him wearing vests because he's scaring the kids, right? I mean, grim. Back in 2 weeks. Keep an eye on the blog. Empire24.7.com. Who's that? Ben. Yeah, of course it's Ben. You're not dead then. What's it not like, Ben, to not have working audio, is it?
No.
He's in a caravan somewhere in Wales. Is it Wales? I don't know. But he's still not got his node working. Bless him. No. Right. Okay. We're going to call it a night at that. Thanks very much for watching. We shall... oh, by the way, one thing before I go. The pause screen, which I'll show you on the way out. If you go on YouTube and the air show is your thing, because it's Blackpool Air Show this weekend. I have a camera set up at the office which points at the airport, which is what you probably saw at the start of the stream. If you go on YouTube and search X-Ray Mark Live or Blackpool Airport Live, the camera is actually pointing at the airport. The red arrows landed at 5:30 tonight. I actually watched them land from the office window, but they're also on the YouTube page. So go and have a look at it. You'll see all the aircraft taking off. They're up and down all day Saturday and all day Sunday.
Hell check. Oh, due to go up Helvellyn tomorrow.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh.
Microphone. I could.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
hello?
so you can't hear us.
You can't hear anything.
I can hear you fine.
No.
I can hear you fine.
So when's all right? Okay. Well, as you hear, then the Heltech's going up Helvellyn tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully going up tomorrow if weather conditions continue to be as good as they are today.
Right. What time?
We don't know yet. Probably be around about sort of midday.
Midday. Right. So when you get to the top and you turn on, are you leaving the rack on, or are you turning them both on when you get to the top?
Well, the rack's been on since I got here, and it's still got about 60% charge, so that's about a week now. And the capsule node, I turned it on earlier for 5 minutes, and it ran out of battery.
No, it didn't. That's a lie. No, it didn't. So what? So you're going to be right. So you're going to get to the summit around lunchtime, do you reckon?
Hoping to, yeah, probably something between 12 and 1 o'clock.
Right. Okay. So are you going to stick a message in our Discord then when you get up there? What? Oh no! He needs to.
I think we lost him there, didn't we?
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Go on. Say again.
Yeah. I'll just say the internet is currently being powered by Starlink.
You robbing someone else's Starlink?
I'm absolutely 100% off grid here, and we are robbing someone's Starlink.
Excellent. Well, we know Starlink's good because that feed for the airport stream, if you look on that, the airport stream for the air show, that's Starlink too. That's why we like Starlink a lot. It's off grid, isn't it? We love a bit of off gridness.
Yeah. So this is coming up off a Starlink roam system, it's we're getting here between sort of 200 and 400 speeds, so it's pretty good.
Nice, excellent. Right. So when you go up tomorrow, Ben, before you turn anything on, when you're up there, you're going to stick a message in the Discord, yeah?
Yeah, I shall. If I've got a signal, I'll put a message into Discord to say that it's on, that I'm up Helvellyn, and it'll probably be on for about sort of half an hour, 45 minutes. I can't start there too long because the battery will die on the Heltech.
Just stop, right? This is just a range test. It's just a range test. Just make it work, Ben. Jesus, so hard. Right, have you got any video footage as well for a YouTube video or what?
Not at the moment, no. I've not been up there yet.
It's like you're on holiday, you know what I mean? You're supposed to be doing content.
I am doing content, my own personal content.
If this van's rocking, don't come knocking.
That's what.
Have you taken your English wife or anyway?
No, yeah, left the English wife at home, and I've taken the foreign one.
Oh God, you can't say foreign. You can't. Wrong time. There's riots going on here. Stop that. Jesus, you get us on fire.
I can say foreign one.
She's not an asylum seeker anymore.
Is she legal now?
Yeah, she's been given she's been given a house. Well, she's got a nice sort of place that she's called the Metropolitan. She says she lives in. Anyway, just thought I'd pop in to say hi.
Thanks, Ben.
Stir some shit, and I shall speak to you guys later.
See you, mate.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, fucking hell. I tell you what, right? If anybody thinks that these streams, right, are like, you know, I don't know, getting sort of, you know, planned. I mean, they're about as unplanned as he could be. He's probably sunk a bottle of like rum while he's up there or something. But yeah, keep an eye. He said about lunchtime, right? So if I get any pictures or I get any sort of signal or see anything, then I'll post them in the Discord channel. Hopefully, I'll do a bit of a video and a bit of test on the Meshtastic at Helvellyn. I don't know how high Helvellyn it is, but I know it's quite high. But we'll see how the node does. Right, okay, we're going to call it an hour of that. Keep an eye on the blog. Don't forget to have a quick look at the live stream for the air show this weekend. Not the Empowered, as I say, it's under X-Ray Mark live on YouTube. But yeah, it's a bit of fun. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Keep an eye on the blog, and if you need us, give us a shout in our Discord. Happy meshing. Say bye, Neil.
Thanks for joining. Good night, all. Have a good one.
Bye.